Where did we get the idea that ministry should be easy? Paul's whole life was suffering. What you do with your suffering will show the life of Jesus. If you didn't lift up Christ and act like Christ when the eyes were open, what would they see?
You ought to preach in such a way that people walk out of church and say, I think my pastor loves my soul more than I do. That's the way to preach.
The church is not the problem. The church is the solution.
Christ will be yours if you will have him. You can say that to any person.
The mission of the church, as given by Jesus, is to proclaim the gospel and make disciples. That's what we're about.
Don't preach the gospel of sentimentality. So many pastors come to Holy Week and they preach messages which amount to Jesus really hurt and suffered on the cross. Don't you feel sorry for Jesus? You know what Jesus said about that? When the women were weeping, he said, don't weep for me. Weep for yourselves. The judgment that will come.
What difference would it make in our lives and ministry if we were truly convinced that all of our gospel labors was before the face of God?
The theme and the aim of this conference is to encourage all of you, to encourage pastors, pastors' wives, ministry leaders, faithful Christians, that we might conduct ourselves in our ministry, in our lives, Coram Deo, before the face of God.
Because the world will be turning away, because the temptation of even church people will be to turn away, you got to keep preaching.
Jesus paid it all to him I owe. Sin had left the crimson stain, he washed it white as snow.
If you're a young, aspiring pastor here, you better watch out and be careful. This is it. So you got to be heavenly minded, guys. You just got to get out of your head all hope of earthly reward. They may come, they may not come. He will strike you down over and over again to wean you off this world. He will. Because he loves you very much. He wants you to serve fruitfully like Paul did.
When